When I'm getting ready for a race, there's a lot to prepare for. I have enough to worry about, but I never worry about my oil. My sled's ready. Is yours?
Today on Sledhead24, we're heading to the mountains with one of the best riders on the planet. A rare look at a backcountry adventure with the one and only Chris Burandt and his Polaris. Check out some of the best riding on the planet as Chris shares some tips on how to do it. We'll go one-on-one with international snowcross superstar Tim Tremblay, the French-Canadian racer who knows what it takes to get to the top of the podium. Tim and his Skidoo team are in the middle of an exciting season on the AMSOIL Championship Snowcross Series, and we'll have the latest news. The Speedworks crew hits the road as Jeremy Houle and crew share some of their intense testing process. Talk about harsh conditions. It's one way to ensure that customers get the best, as the home of horsepower truly earns its reputation. And Fargo rocks. Round 2 of the AMSOIL Championship Snowcross Series rolls into town for 2 days of bar-to-bar, ski-to-ski racing. Follow the battle between Tucker Hibbert and Ross Martin. Hang on, Sledhead24 is next.
Greetings everyone and welcome to another edition of your favorite snowmobile show, Sledhead24. Now, this is your stop for all the latest and greatest snowmobile information, news, and gossip. So, in today's edition, we are still on our road trip and we're going to go to the Midwest with the foremost flatland riders. But before we do that, we're going to head to the beautiful mountain range where the environment captivates and brings out the best in both sled and rider. Here's a look at pure serenity.
Every snowmobiler dreams of riding in fresh powder. And every rider would love to ride and learn from one of the pros. Sledhead24 traveled to Chris Burandt's to get familiar with the Colorado powder, as we were the first to ride in his new private compound.
This is our 4th year of Burandt's backcountry adventure. Each year we try to step up our game and make it bigger and better for our clients. And this year we've kind of gone all out. We actually leased 10,000 acres all to ourselves, where we get an exclusive riding area for myself and my guests, and we can ride right from here. No more trailers. You know, basically, I think I can get people stuck in about 30 seconds from leaving this door. So we have a lot of fun doing it. What the draw is for people to come out here is snowmobiling has changed. The type of riding that we're doing out west here is, I think, is just something new and different. I think people kind of get maybe bored with the same riding area, the same type of riding and all that stuff, and so they see what we're doing in the videos, they see what is actually happening with these new snowmobiles now, and it's real intriguing for them to come out and explore something new with the sport of snowmobiling. And that's what I have a lot of fun with, is teaching this new type of riding where snowmobiles weren't meant to be, and we're taking them in there.
So guys, after lunch here, I think what I want to do, we got a nice hill right here with a good run out. We're going to work on one of the essential parts of mountain riding, and that's the downhill turn to come back up. So if you got some obstacles below you, you won't have to go all the way down to the bottom. You can actually do that counter steer, wrong foot forward, and bring that sled back up to the top instead of having to go all the way down. Okay guys, so I'm in the neutral position. I'm saying, where do I go? Wrong foot forward, counter steer, gas, okay?
Even world watercross champions can have a hard time learning new techniques.
Well, you know, we're out riding with Chris, and you know, and I consider myself to be a fairly avid mountain rider, and I get down and he's trying to get us to pivot around and teach us a new move. And you know, I'm an old dog, hard to teach new tricks, screwed it up.
Okay, Jeff. So he's going a little too fast. Way 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 too fast. You have to be going fast, but going slow. And what I mean by that is it's about momentum. Momentum can be 2 miles an hour, and momentum can be 30 miles an hour. So we'll get them up to speed here and fix that up. When you initiate that turn, I need you to be ready, finger on the brake, to actually, you can actually stop when you're pointing down to set that sled. And then you can evaluate your situation, use the throttle when you're already committed to coming back up. You are using the throttle going across. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
That's that, I got to hit the throttle.
Yeah, I know how you Midwest guys are. That throttle is your friend, but out here it's about finesse and control. So let's try that again.
Kind of set me straight, get me in line, and you know what? It's just, he's so smooth and finesse. The biggest thing is slow down and finesse.
From day 1 to day 3, the progression that these guys show throughout those 3 days is unbelievable. And that's all it really takes is just some technique.
Chris's sled of choice from beginners to seasoned pros is the new Polaris Pro RMK.
It's the real deal. It is the next evolution in mountain riding. And what the Pro does is it takes uncomfortable situations and really instills confidence in you in those uncomfortable situations. It's so easy to ride, it's light, it's got awesome power, and the thing will do some pretty ridiculous things for a bone stock snowmobile.
Today was extreme. This place is stellar. You're going in an area where nobody's been. We're in areas today that he said probably never had a snowmobile in it before. So it's pretty exciting.
If your dream is to ride with Burandt on his new Polaris Pro RMKs, log on to his website and make it happen. When Sledhead24 returns, time for a trip to the home of horsepower. Jeremy Houle, Jeff Fisher, and the Speedworks crew head to an extreme mountain location to test their products. Skidoo snowcross superstar Tim Tremblay talks about what it was like to be a rookie on the AMSOIL Championship Snowcross Series. Some of the vets made it clear, you're in the big time now. Sure, it was cold in Fargo, but at least the racing was hot. At round 2 of the AMSOIL Championship Snowcross Series, they turned a baseball park into a snowcross track, and it was a home run. Sledhead24 is brought to you by AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. By Arctic Cat, share our passion. Loctite, the professional's choice. And by Polaris, terrain domination.
Welcome back to Sledhead 24/7. I'm Misha Johnson. We are here at St. Bonnie Motorsports in St. Bonnie, Minnesota. And let me tell you, I am in heaven surrounded by all these awesome sleds. Look at this puppy, by the way. And speaking of Skidoo sleds, there is one guy that knows his Skidoo sled inside and out. I'm, of course, talking about last year's Pro Stock champion of the AMSOIL Championship Snowcross Series, Mr. Tim Tremblay. So, Tim, why don't you take it away?
You might say he's the pride of Canada, Mr. Tim Tremblay. In only his second year as a pro, the French-Canadian quickly established himself as one of the best snowcross racers in the world. Tim grew up in the Great North Woods of Canada, where riding a snowmobile's part of the lifestyle.
At my house in Quebec, it's pretty cold and it's all about snowmobile we're talking about. I would say hockey is pretty good, but snowmobile, like when you're young, you always ride a snowmobile when you're young.
Tim is back this season on his Skidoo for Team Burandt, Foremost Insurance. Team Burandt features an international flavor with Tim and Emil Oman from Sweden. Both had to prove themselves as rookie racers last season. Some of the ISOC vets tested them with a friendly welcome to the series.
They try to impress you with hitting you or pretty much like that. I got hit pretty hard the first couple of races, but when I hit them back, they see I was competitive, and I think I did all right.
You gotta have that. You have to bang bars. You have to get beside each other and create a little bit of a, stress or a tight atmosphere when you're out there.
1 year ago at the Western Nationals at Rio Tinto Stadium, Tremblay ran hard and made it to the top of the podium. Tim was the only racer to beat Tucker Hibbert last season. And Tucker's quick to point out the strength of Tim's multi-sport skills.
A lot of these other guys don't have that background in racing motocross and understand the challenge that is, and Tim does. Tim's experienced motocross and at a national professional level. So I think he's got an advantage over most riders as far as his training and conditioning, because he knows how to put in a lot of work. So I think that's an advantage for Tim.
The competition is keen between Hibbert and Tremblay this year. The points battle this season is close, and both racers have plenty of respect for each other.
I think Tucker's a really good rider, and he's in good shape too, and he's got a really good team around him. So I think it's a little bit of everything, like his mechanics, everything around him. And he's a great rider too. So when you get everything good around, I think it makes a winning team.
While Tim is defending his Pro Stock title this season, he won't be taking any of the racers by surprise this year.
You know, he had no expectations last year, and this year he does. He won the stock championship last year, so now he's expected to do that. Big guy for sure. He's strong. He's determined, and we'll see.
Both Tim and Team Burandt are ready to take it to the next level, and that'll be determined on the track as the world's greatest snowcross racers do battle. Here's where you can check out Tim and the rest of the racers on the AMSOIL Championship Snowcross Series.
Thanks so much, Tim. You know, he is such a nice guy, and this is something you might not know about him. He's a world-class motocross racer. There's no doubt about it. This guy's got a need for speed, and I can see why. He is darn good at what he does. Well, all right, sit tight at home because vi kommer strax tillbaka, which means, of course, we'll be right back.
Still ahead, Jeff Fisher goes behind the scenes for some hardcore real-world testing. The mountains await. Speedworks gets ready to share some tip-top tech tips. And what is Tucker Hibbert doing off the track? Will he get back in the chase? Some highlights from the Fargo National as the best in the world of professional snowcross are ready to race.